Blue Nodules is a European-funded project to develop sustainable solutions for mining polymetallic nodules. Science and industry partners from all over Europe collaborate to achieve this goal. In this first test cruise, we test the basic principles of propulsion and nodule collection with the Apollo 2 at 350 meters water depth.
We have mainly two types of operations. One is the technical performance testing of the vehicle, and the other is environmental observations of the effect of this vehicle on the marine environment.
The Apollo 2 is designed in such a way that it has minimal environmental impact while maneuvering on the seafloor. In base its chassis and the pivoting points. Maybe the most important one is the fact that we are developing it to make it totally hydraulic free, so there won't be any hydraulic fluids on this vehicle.
The impact of deep sea mining on the marine environment is potentially large, and we are focusing on one important aspect of this, and that is the propagation and the fate of sediment plumes created by mining operations in the deep sea.
For the environmental part, we look at the traces that are left by the vehicle on the seabed. For the plume that is produced by the vehicle.
Deep sea mining operates in a very hostile environment. So currents in the ocean, they are not continuous, regular, they are very variable. And also in the deep sea. Normally you would expect that in the deep sea the conditions are very quiet and calm, but they're not. So we have very strong event-controlled increase of currents, change of currents, and that could of course have an impact on the mining operation itself.
Yesterday was a very exciting day. We made our first successful meters on the seafloor. We drove for more than half an hour. For now we were successful with driving over the seafloor. Next test during the campaign we will make some more meters and make operational hours.
On board I'm trying to collect data on the size and on the density of this sediment plume. We will use this data to validate models about the dispersion of this plume. I think it's important because it's really fine-grained sediment, so it can spread out over large regions and then can cover small animals which are living on the seafloor.
What's essential for the models is that we validate them if the models are correct, and we need input data, and that's what we try to collect during this field test.
We need current measurements to initialize the models. We have to start from a certain condition, from a certain state. But we also need information about the sediment which is mobilized or which is in the area. And this information we take from measurements and we can put it into the models to conduct these experiments.
The most important lessons we have learned are operational scenarios, and that will be a good basis in further developing the vehicle.